Morning. Hello. Good afternoon. It's a bit chilly this morning. How are we doing? New camera. So if it's zooming around, it's because it's a new camera. It's my new phone, and it's got this auto framing feature which focuses itself. I'm not doing anything. It just does it itself and finds stuff. But again, I'm not apologising for the mess because it's just boxes. And that's what it is in this house at the moment. How are we doing? How are we? What's happening? I need to trim. I just noticed that I need a bit of a tidy up. So I'm not going to apologise for being rough either, or looking rough. Something to fiddle around with. That was quite a good zoom actually with that, but I think we needed to go back then. But anyway, there you go. How are we? What's happening? I'm a week late and I didn't do one last week, just because I just started this new training thing and just needed to figure that out, and it was knackered. I'm still tired. I'm consciously trying to rest again, so I'm trying to not get up at 4 o'clock every morning, even though my alarm did wake me up this morning. No, I'm gonna have one day at least where I have a couple of hours extra, or an hour or so, which was nice actually. I felt better for it this morning. So have your rest. It's good for you. Don't get up at 4 o'clock in the morning every morning. It's knackering. But getting up and just walking is okay. But I suppose I've been walking and then training and then walking back. That kind of takes it out of you. And then I walked. It wasn't a big walk last night. It was just a little casual, like sort of warm down walk. But still, it just adds on, doesn't it? So this morning I was glad of the extra little bit of rest. But yes, so what's been happening in the world? It's all shit really, isn't it? Looking around, in the older Eastern Europe, let's say, with Ukraine and Russia, it's not good. It's mental, the news that comes out of there. It's weird that you can watch a war or watch an invasion on your phone or on TV. Well, I'm not sure about the news, but I see not better in that way, but just more things on social media, I suppose. But like you say, it's like, what do you trust? Everything seems to have something. It's like, is that real? It's because there's been false videos and false things coming out, or them showing older videos and things like that. And I was like, can't trust anything nowadays, even if it's on video. You don't know if it's real. Wasn't there one where they showed footage of a computer game and people thought it was real? They thought it was that pilot or something, the Ghost of Kiev or something like that. Look it up. I'm sure you'll find it. Was there anything I was going to talk about? I came up with something the other week. You know when people say you're living in a nightmare? Oh, it's a nightmare. I suppose if you look at, say for instance, those people in Ukraine, just talking about that, they're probably, you could say they're living in a nightmare at the moment, because it's constant, isn't it? It's constant horror. I mean, you're seeing your house blown up, you're seeing everything, you're having to leave everything that you've built behind, and you don't know whether you're gonna, or if you're gonna come back to it, or if it's gonna be there. And then you see death and destruction on a daily basis. I suppose that is a nightmare. But then generally, most people aren't living in that sort of horror every day. Most people, I didn't say everybody. So I was just thinking about that, living in a nightmare, and then I came up with I'm living in the cracks of my broken dreams. I thought that made a lot of sense to me. Don't know whether it makes any sense to you, but it makes a lot of sense to me. You're living in the cracks of your broken dreams, and every so often you wander into a non-broken bit, and it's fantastic, and then you go back into the cracks, and then it's back to normal. Yeah, when it's a bit shitty. Cheers. I was really dry in the morning. Throat's really dry in the morning. Yeah, so that was one of the things I was thinking about 100 things. But yes, definitely. Don't you feel that you something good and something bad always come hand in hand, or something not bad? It's again, it's throwing it's having the right words, isn't it? I wouldn't say bad in a awful way, but sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. So you're like, oh yeah, look, oh shit, that's really good. That's what happened. And then on the other side, it's like, well, that was going to happen, wasn't it? Because something nice has happened. That's what I always say. The universe has been a git. It's something's happened, and something's not happened. I'm just rambling on about nothing there. Yeah. I was talking about something with somebody. Somebody put it. It's actually it's very similar to the who am I question, because I said that who you are is individual to different people, and I'll still have to send a message out. That'll happen at some point. But so yeah, just recapping on that was that who you are to you, you 100%. But who you are to other people is different, person by person. Because I don't think many people are 100% with a specific person. I'm not saying everybody isn't, but I'm saying most people aren't. So my nose looks really funny on this. It looks bigger. I'm changing the angle. So yeah, so I was, and it was somebody had tweeted something. It wasn't somebody I follow, but it was somebody had retweeted it or commented on it, or replied to it, and it said, "What do you think the meaning of life is?" And they put something around their kids, which is then. And then I was thinking about, well, that's the meaning of life to you, because not everybody has kids. Not everybody wants kids. But so does that mean they have no meaning if they've got no children? No, because they have different meaning. So again, is that everybody's meaning is individual as well. So there's no actual meaning of life. It's individual to what you think. Makes sense, doesn't it? That makes sense. I think it makes sense. So it's your journey, isn't it? So your journey is provide you with your meaning, and then that's why you spend most of your life looking for that meaning, trying to find that meaning, or the why and the how. I'm not quite sure mine is. I think most people find it on their deathbed, don't they? Oh, was it? Oh well. See ya. But yeah, it was just some thoughts I had. I'll be with you. Obviously, if somebody wants to discuss that, they can discuss that, because that's how you expand it. When you expand your thought by discussing it with somebody. It was interesting. Somebody posted. Have you heard of this Indian guy? People call him Sadhguru. Sadhguru. With a hat. He's got a beard. Quite an interesting fella. Saw him on a podcast. I've seen him around before. Like, not around. I've seen him around Telford. No. I've seen him on online saying stuff. And one of the things he was saying was about pain. And I'm going to butcher it, but I'll just give you the overview of what he was saying. Was about pain being stupid. The pain that you feel. Because he was saying that most, okay, like I say, I'm paraphrasing what he said to what I understood. So he said, the pain, you're either feeling sort of old pain or you're feeling future pain. You're not feeling any pain now, so you're either feeling pain about something that's already happened in the past, or you're feeling pain about something that might happen in the future. But generally, most people aren't feeling any pain about anything now. Emotional pain, that is, not physical pain. So he said that's why he was saying it's stupid, because you know, basically it was about living in the present, because nobody's living in the moment, living in the now. They're living either in the past and living in that pain, or living in the future and living in that pain. But living now, you're probably more likely not in any pain, but because you're holding on to something from then or something from the future, it's causing that issue, causing that pain, then causing that anxiety, causing those problems. So it was quite interesting. That's why I've been talking about it quite a lot, with, if not on here, with people. Excuse me. Just saying, you can't live it in the present, man. Because the past is the past, and the future is yet to be written. Because I don't believe in fate either. I've thought about that a lot, and I'll come into that another time. But I have my thoughts. I'll probably have to think about it a bit more. It's just about what people say, especially within, let's say, within Punjabi or Indian culture. It's probably said in other words as well, but in other cultures as well. But just because I know I'm only going from my experience, not from other people's experience. See, I've veered off from what I was talking about. But living in the moment, live in the present. Live in the present. Though. This is the whole thing about not looking forward to anything. I was talking to Cam about it the other day, and I was saying, and that I was talking to a couple of people about it, but I was Cam on Sunday. I was talking about it, saying that's why I don't look forward to anything. It's like, then you can't be disappointed. If I don't look forward to anything, because I know where I look forward to stuff, and it doesn't meet what I was what I was thinking, what I wanted. Because you build something up in your mind, and you think, oh, I hope it's like that. I hope this happens. I hope this person's there, or this happens, or get to do this, and get to whatever, talk about this, or 100 different things, and it never meets your expectations, and you're disappointed. You might have enjoyed yourself, but you're still disappointed because it didn't happen how you'd imagined it in your head. So therefore, I'm not gonna. I don't build up these things in my mind now. There's stuff happening this year that old me would be like, oh, can't wait. Within now and that time, anything can happen. So I'm quite happy to, that I'm looking forward to it in a different way. I'm not sort of building it up in my mind. That's what it is. I think that's what we do, is we build it up. So yeah, that's happening. That'll be fun. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. We'll just do the now. What's happening now? What's happening now? So yeah, I'm living in the moment, living in the present. This fate thing, I am going to talk about it, because I've just it's bouncing around my head. There's this thing that they say within, like I say, Punjabi Indian culture, about it. It was written. So if somebody passes away, so it was written. That was their time. You know what? When they say it was written, because they'll say some stuff like, God has a. I think that's said in a lot of cultures. God has a plan for everybody. God has. But then doesn't that take away your accountability? If everything was written and everything was gonna happen, then you've not done anything wrong. If you do something wrong, because that's how God had planned it and had written it, so it was already written. You're just actors in a play, aren't you? You're not. You've got no account. I don't think that. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, probably am, but it's what I'm thinking. So I'm right in my own thought. You've not done anything wrong. It's all you've just gone along with the script. Doesn't make any sense, does it? So do what you want because that's what you're meant to do. I mean, that was my thought about it. Is when people say stuff like that, and I think, well, you're not doing anything wrong, then, are you? This is funny, isn't it? I do apologise if it's making you seasick. It's doing it itself. I'm not doing anything. But yeah, it was an interesting thought. I'll probably think about that a bit more. They'll say delikiasi. That means it was written like that. And you have to say, if it was written like that for a lot of people, somebody's got a fucked up sense of humour, haven't they? And this is where I think a lot of people's belief disappears, or faith, because okay, it's fair enough when things are going well, but then when people, kids are dying, there's war. When there's war, all over the place. Ukraine and Russia aside, I mean, there's still war there's still people dying in Yemen. There's still people dying in Syria. There's the Uyghurs in China. There's all sorts of horribleness going around the world. But it was written like that, so it's okay. That's it. And that's how people justify some stuff as well. It's like, no, that's how it's written. Yeah, I've heard people justify, well, it was God's plan. So that's how it's going to be. So me fucking up it was God's plan. So it was always going to be like that. You could generally get out of anything, and if you get in trouble at work, say, well, it was God's plan. It's not my fault. Discipline him or it. Don't discipline me because it was in God's plan. Imagine getting out of every single thing that you've done wrong like that. Is there anything you would like to say? It's God's plan, not my fault. Should I call this God's plan? I feel like people think it's Drake. I'm talking about Drake today. I'm not going to do a long one today, just because I've actually got some work I need to sort out. So this is quite nice, bite size. I'll do 20 minutes, and then I should refine it down really. I'm just rambling on. It depends what I've got to talk about. If I've got loads to talk about, then I will. If not, then this 20 minutes I think is pretty good for me with my verbal diarrhea. But yes, it's these things mill around in my head sometimes. It's when I'm walking, I think about these things. And I'm not looking at the camera because I'm looking at my TV, which is in front of me, and it's changing into nice sceneries, and I quite like looking at those because I haven't been outside this morning, and they're all sort of landscapey and seascapes and stuff like that, which look nice. But yeah, it's I feel quite well rested today. I feel everything feels pretty good. Like physically, mentally, it's all over the fucking shop. Oh, the screen's gone off as well. The remote's over there. Can't be asked to reach. When you can't be asked to move. Why is the remote always like sort of further than the arm's length away? I never put it there. Yes, but anyway, I hope you all have a good week. I hope you've all been well, and I hope to speak to you soon. And it's been nice catching up with it. I've seen a few people here and there, and it's been nice catching up with a few people. But let's do it again. I might do another one later on this week. If it depends how I feel. Depends how which road life takes me on. I'm free. I'm free in the morning. I might just bang one out, as they say, if I've got something to talk about. it's best if I have something to talk about rather than me go, there was something. It would help if I write stuff down as well. I do try and do that sometimes now. Write something down and just say, and just have a note of it so I know what I'm going to talk about. But yes, anyway, it's 20 minutes. So I will catch you guys soon. I hope to physically see you at some point. And yeah, it's been good, man. It's been good. It's been emotional. Good morning, good afternoon, good day. Love you, especially you.